good, everyone, and welcome back to another video. What we have here today is the CT Toys Mafex Wolverine, of course the Tiger Stripe edition. And let's go ahead and check them out up close. The paint looks good on this thing. I am a fan of the blue paint up here instead of it being black tiger stripes. I know a lot of people have gripes about it and whatnot, but I like it. It really accentuates the figure to me. It really gives it more detail, makes it pop more. But I do have a little bit of paint chipping right there. Have some on the other head, if I can find it. Yeah, right there. You can see that yellow on the mask. You know, little pieces and spots here and there. A little bit of blue on the back. I don't know if the camera's picking that up any. But all in all, for $25, man, you can't beat this. If you want to get the original Mafex one, that's like, you're looking at $97 without shipping and taxes. And that's if you get it from US store. With import, it might be a little bit cheaper. I'm not sure on that, or I might have the prices mixed up. But I think this is a great figure for the price that it is. So, as you can see, I went ahead and put the claws up there, man. I had to, because of course this is how he will be displayed. And I want to say, as soon as you get yours, I just popped it out the box yesterday. Well, at least mine was very stiff, as you can hear. Very stiff on the arm right there. And mine actually popped off. I had to pop it back in, as you can see. Kind of moves a little bit right there. I had to pop it back in, and that's about as good as I can get it for the time being. And with his drop down hips, very hard to get him to drop down like just straight out the box, so I am gonna have to heat mine up, but that's fine. I'd rather have it be that than it come out the box extra loose, you know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and look at some of these accessories. We go, his other head right here. And as you can see, I already showed you a little bit of black paint coming off, but it's very good, as well as the Logan head. Paint is good pretty much everywhere on this one. Then we have his cowl that you can put on his back. We have your Logan head up there, having my mask. And of course he has a set of fisted hands, I believe, right out the box. And then open expressive hands. And I wish they gave him some open hands with, you know, his claws out. But let me set that to the side. And actually, real quick, let's go ahead and get the other CT Toys Wolverine. I'll be right back with y'all. All right, here we have the two together. And they're pretty much the same in terms of scope and whatnot. But this one came out the box. I really didn't have to heat it up. It was good to go already. But this one is like way more stiff. Of course, the differences will be, you know, you have his shoulder pads that are pegged in here on the back on a ball joint. You want to be careful with those because the original Mafex version, those were popping off. And of course you have your differences in the claws. You have more his longer claws here, and then open claws there. And I know a lot of people have problems with these claws right here. They don't really bother me too much. And a lot of people have made, like, you know, like their custom take on claws, kind of like these or whatnot. You can buy them from many places. But all in all, they're pretty much the same scope, and I love both of them. I believe, yeah, this is a different head sculpt. Have more of a smiling regular head sculpt right here, and then you have more of a, you know, angrier, grittier teeth head sculpt. And I can't remember if this one came with another one. I'm pretty sure it did, but I have it in storage and whatnot. So let's go ahead and get him out the way. And let's go over some articulation. And for these two, articulation is pretty much the same. I just thought about it. I didn't even do a review on this one right here. But the articulation is pretty much the same on these two. So actually, I'll keep him right here in the back. For your head, you can get him to look down this far with help from that neck joint. Oh, no, pop the head off. Get him to look down a little bit further. You can get him to look up this far. Of course, you got good head tilts. You know how that is. With Mafex, you can get him to look all the way around. And with the arms, he has butterfly joints. They can come out this far. They can go in. Great range of movement there. Of course, you can get them to go up and all the way around. Get them to go up this far. And you can get them to drop down right near his side. And of course, these shoulder pads right here, they move. They're on a ball joint on the back. so they'll get out the way whenever you're posing your Wolverine. So let's move those around. You have a swivel right here. You have your double jointed elbows, and you can move wrists in any way you need to move them. And of course, if this is your first Mafex Wolverine, you're gonna want to be careful around these claws, because I believe, as you can see, this one right here came a little bent out the box. Of course, you can heat that up and correct it, but it's just something you're gonna have to watch for. Then, as you can hear my neighbor's dogs, with his diaphragm joint, you can get it to go all the way around. You can get it to go side to side. Yeah, and this one is really stiff. Let's get his arms out the way. Get him to crunch down with the added ab crunch, diaphragm and ab crunch. And then you can get him to spin around right here as well. And the belt is pretty much free flowing. You can get it to move around. You can get it to go up and down. It's not glued in or keyed in anywhere, I don't believe. Yeah, it can move up and around in any way you need it to pretty much get it out the way in a way so you can get them to move how you want. This figure is really stiff, y'all. I mean, I do like that, but at the same time, you know how it is. So, with his legs, let's go ahead and drop those down. You already heard it. You already heard that noise. I don't want to break nothing. Get him to drop down. And I can get him to kick forward this far. Can't really get him to kick back any. Kick out to the side. Now we're going to pull these back up. Well, you do have a little bit of a swivel here as well. Now, down to his knees. Great range of movement on the double jointed knees. You have boot rotation. Then you know you have great ankle tilt. You can get your foot to go up this far. You can get it to go back that far. And you have toe articulation, which is very stiff as well. And I'm gonna have to heat this up before I do too much with it, because like I said, I do not want to break it. This is one of my favorite figures I have from Mafex. And when I seen that was coming out with this one, I had to go ahead and get it, man. I had to. I had no choice. So let's go ahead and pop this head off and pop on his cowl. Pretty snug fit. And his Logan head sculpt, and that head sculpt looks great, man. Let me get him looking at the camera. Looks really good. The range of movement is a little bit different with the cowl. You can't get him to look up as far because the hair runs right into the back of the cowl right there. And let's go ahead and take this head off and put it on the brown suit Wolverine. Pops off right and easy. And this head looks good on the CT Toys brown suit version as well. I don't know if I'm tripping, but of course without the cowl, you can see how his neck kind of looks a little long. But I won't be using this Logan head ever anyway. So let's go ahead and pop this other head up here from the brown suit. And of course it goes great with the Tiger Stripe Wolverine. And we can give him that unmasked cowl look as well. And that looks good. That's how it looks on the back. Just give them their proper heads. And of course you can pop off the hands nice and easy. They go on real easy. Shouldn't have any problem with that. And I really wish they gave us some open hands with the claws up there. But for those of you who want to see him with these other claws, we'll pop these on. And I know, of course, a lot of people are buying these to customize them, so some people might get these and just paint over them. But this is how he look with those. Of course, it doesn't look great right now, but it will with the proper paint. Now let's pop these off. Put these babies back on. Now we're gonna do some height comparisons to some standard Marvel Legend figures. And I'll be right back with y'all. Here we have the two next to, of course, an enemy, a villain, and Sabretooth. And y'all can see, even with them being, dang, knock stuff over. Even with him being crouched down and not standing up all the way, he is still way bigger than this Wolverine. And that's how I like it to be. And don't ask me about what happened to the top of his head sculpt right there, man. Next, we'll compare him to our, and I just keep knocking him down. Next, we'll compare him to our Secret Wars Captain America. And you can see the height difference there. And I will not be picking up, if I see it, I might, but I'm trying not to pick up the Secret Wars version of the brown suit Wolverine because I already have 3 Wolverines, I believe, and I'm just now starting my collection, so I don't want to have too much more. I do want an X-Force Wolverine for sure, and I want that Team X version. So there we have him next to Cap. And here they stand with the fellow X-Men. We have him with Colossus, and of course, Colossus is going to tower above most figures. And then for our last comparison, let's get him out the way. We'll compare him to our Marvel Legends Wolverine. Make sure I get him standing up straight. And they're about the same height. The Marvel Legends is just a little bit taller. Let me get his arms down so we can see. It don't look quite eye to eye, just a tad bit shorter than him. And that's all right because you need your Wolverine to be smaller. Now, with the comparisons out the way, I definitely recommend you grab one, if not both of these. I got them both for I think $25 each off AliExpress, and I got them with choice shipping. So they came in like a week max. And they both came in pretty much good condition. Nothing was loose. Of course, you have your few paint scrapes here and whatnot. But this is great value for a $25 figure as compared to buying one that'll be over $100. And let's say you get one like that has QC issues. So I think this is great value for your purchase. Pick up both if you can. It's been your boy Zay, and I'm gone.